What's up, heroes? I'm ArisingHero, and welcome back to our Project Frontier update. This update is, in fact, the Tactical Arms Update 1.1.2.1. As in the last update was the Weapon Inception, so as you can see, I kind of just clipped this one on and kind of counted it as a sub-update with the Weapon Inception. So, with that said, we're going to kind of do this video a little differently. I'm going to try and make this a lot more professional. And let's roll into the update. And let's begin with an introduction. So guys, this update of Project Frontier, the Tactical Arms Update 1.1.2.1, is focusing on the tactical weapons aspect, which I'm giving this name to the weapons that are pretty much grenades, charges, things like that. And pretty much, I have a brand new script in this update running everything from the side here. I got a lot of interesting things, how everything runs and all that. Not everything is completely working. Some of these things are a little bit buggy, I am not going to lie, but that's kind of how things are usually when you very first kind of run things. So do forgive me for that if we run into a few bugs, but for the most part I squashed most of the bugs. So let's go ahead and load in the game. I'm going to show you all of the tactical weapons. I have brand new ones, all the ones that were already in, like that ice grenade and all of the other ones, the sticky. All those have been renamed, remodeled, and it's just all completely just redone, and it just makes the game look so much better. Everything fits into the world a whole lot better. So I will see you guys in the game, and I will do a cut to the gameplay aspect of this update. Okay, everyone, so the very first grenade, which is the old weapons, what I used to call the energy grenade, is now called the distortion grenade. The distortion grenade is a throwable type, and it's also a grenade type. So, as in throwable, if I press G to deploy this, it would fly out. It would actually throw out as if I threw it with my arm. Now, with the amount, you only get one charge as of right now. You only get one amount, just to let everyone know. All these are subject to change. And don't worry, if you guys think that you should have more than one of something, go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me and I'll do that. Don't forget, you guys have as much control over this update and development as I do. So I just kind of want to let people know that. So, beyond that, there is also one other thing to show, is the fact that its model is completely different and it's really nice now. So I'm going to press G to spawn it in, and as you can see, that is the brand new model, along with brand new nice looking physics in the game. So if I get out the game again, get back in, and press G, you could get another look at it since we only have one and there is no way to gain it at the moment. Press G, bam, and it explodes. Now also, if you do notice, there is no fancy physics at the moment. All damage values have been disabled, so this update was not to add more physical working content. It was more of to prepare for the health and damage update, because that's an update that's highly needed to kind of make sure the world is all working correctly, all the bullets and everything is communicating to each other correctly, and all of that. So I will go move to the second weapon. Okay guys, we are back, and this time we are with the Blizz Grenade, aka the old weapon, the Ice Grenade. So it has been renamed and it has an awesome new model. So if I take a look at this wall, press G, fling it out, you see the Ice Grenade. If I get a little closer, so you can get a little better look at the model. And that's actually what it looks like. Unlike other ones, this grenade is it is a very fast detonating grenade. Also, too, just to let everyone know, the fact that I'm not running out of these is a little bit of a bug. I need to take a look in the script. I think I might have left something out that subtracts it from my total amount. So don't worry about that. It's a little bit of a bug. I apologize for that. But this grenade at the moment does not have the ability to slow people. Slowing will eventually be added to this weapon, but at the moment it isn't, and when it does, you guys will definitely be updated on that, and it'll definitely begin an extra, kind of a brand new use. But as you can see, because it does detonate a lot faster than the distortion grenade, it's definitely great to throw over long distances to kind of explode midair to catch people off guard. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Just to let you guys know again, the type is a throwable grenade type, and its amount is 3. Okay, guys, so we are here yet again with another brand new redesigned weapon, which I used to call the sticky grenade, but now it's called the Magneton Charge. The Magneton Charge is exactly how the sticky grenade works. It's pretty much the same. However, I do have a script running for it now, so it now can kind of track to any object. It can stick itself to anything. Anything moving, anything still. Which is great. So now, if I press G, I throw it out. And you notice it has a lot longer detonation time than, say, the other ones. So if I throw it out again, get back out and throw it out again. Bam, it sticks to the wall. Now you probably noticed a very large explosion. That is in fact yet another bug. There's a few little bugs here and there. I'll definitely fix it off camera. There's a few of these that I'm just kind of noticing now. So I'm gonna fix these, but I hope you guys don't worry too much about that. So as the name, again, it's the Magneton Charge. The type is a throwable charge type, and throwable charge, specifically the charge type, is a little different from grenade. Grenades generally have small to, actually, I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. Grenades generally have large explosions with a decent amount of damage. It isn't a lot, and it isn't going to be as hard hitting, say, as the charges. The charges do smaller explosions, but it does it far more concentrated, so it can very well blast someone's shield down while you are hit in this explosion radius. So this is definitely a more dangerous type of tactical weapon, and this is definitely something to be worried about if it is in your vicinity. I would definitely stress staying away from this, because at least your shield could absorb a grenade, but a charge is a little different. It's going to hit a lot harder. Okay, guys, we are in a brand new type. Unlike the charge type, we're in two different kind of new types here. The motion bomb, which was the detection mine, has been redesigned, and it's been repurposed a bit. So its brand new type is preparation, and its physical type is a bomb. So if I place this down, and just to let you guys know something special about preparation types cannot be spawned in the air. They can't be thrown. They have to be placed on a surface. And you can get a 3D representation of this by holding down left control, as you guys can see. If I place this right there, and I place it on the wall, and as you can see, when its legs lock like that, you know it is armed. So if I were to kind of pass the line, it exploded, and it caught me within the explosion. Also, do note that bombs do large explosions. They do very large explosions, but they don't hit as hard as, say, a charge or a grenade would. But bombs are great for kind of juggling your enemy around and kind of making them a bit uneasy, and kind of just gnawing their health down just using kind of traps like this. Because it's definitely very unsuspecting walking around the corner, and then bam, you took damage. So it's very, very sneaky, unlike a lot of the other weapons currently in the game. As another side note, its amount is 2. So when you have this and you spawn in, you will in fact have 2 for your maximum carry. And I'll move into the next tactical weapons, which will be the brand new group. Okay, everyone. So to kick off the brand new group of tactical weapons, which are in fact we have 6 tactical weapons, 6 brand new ones, and 4 old ones. So together we actually have 10. So that's actually pretty good. We have a good amount of tactical weapons currently in the game. So the first one is in fact the Molten Charge. The Molten Charge is actually a throwable type, and it, unlike other ones, leaves a lingering what's the word? A lingering hitbox. Sorry about that. I kind of forgot the word. It leaves a lingering hitbox during its attack, so it's different from other ones. And it gives you 1 for stack amount, and again, its type is a throwable charge. So I'm going to throw it, as you can see. And you can see the lingering hitbox. Now, how it works is that there's a large explosion in the beginning of it. So let me throw that off in the distance a bit. It's kind of rolling. You saw the first explosion, which was a circle or a sphere, and then now you have the lingering hitbox. Now, eventually, I'm going to have a script to reset the hitbox so that it's always vertical. Or, I mean, sorry, it's going to be always horizontal, so it won't spawn in those strange angles like that, because naturally that's how it's going to spawn in, but I'm going to eventually have something to fix that. So, once I kind of add a little bit more nuances and kind of fix a few things, I think the tactical weapon update will begin to really kind of fit into the scene a little bit better. Because it is the first update, so things are a little bit rough. But for the most part, the mechanics are here, which is the most important thing. Okay, guys, we are in yet again. So, the second tactical weapon that is brand new is the Pulse Bomb. The Pulse Bomb is very interesting because it attacks continuously in a space that it explodes. So allow me to kind of show you guys this. It is, by the way, before I move on, it is a throwable type and it is a bomb type. And bombs tend to leave lingering hitboxes and continuous damage in their explosion radiuses. So this is very dangerous. You don't want to stay in this area for too long. So allow me to kind of throw it in the air a bit. Oh, sorry for the lag a bit. I apologize for those lag spikes because you can see that's kind of what it does. I apologize for the lag spike. Every time you load in something new into the Blender game engine, it tends to do this lag spike, and that has to do with Python library loading. It's a big discussion pretty much if I went into that, so I'm not going to go into it, but as you guys can see, that's kind of how it's about. And you can see the explosion. And you see how long the hitbox actually kind of sits in the air. So if I were to, actually, you know what? Let me try and climb up. Let me try to get to the roof really quickly, because I can kind of parkour up. Okay, guys, I'm kind of back. What I did is I built like this little area right here, so I can just keep climbing up. It's a little bit of a hit W and S a bit, but bam, now I'm up. Okay, yay. That does show a bit of versatility with my player movement, though. That's kind of nice. But now that we're up here, let's kind of throw this up high and see kind of how it reacts in the air. So throw it. You see it blew up in the air, and it held that. So I'm definitely thinking we could use this weapon to catch ships in the air. I feel like if we're in a high enough vantage point, we throw it right, you could kind of catch ships in the air, or have a large area where vehicles are trying to get in that are enemy, and kind of throw it near a entrance and have it constantly pulsing energy, and they're gonna know it's gonna be doing a lot of damage to them. So, you know, it could be really interesting. It could be a really good could be a good way to seal off areas for a small period of time. So yeah, definitely very interesting from the other throwable weapons. However, once we kind of go into the other ones, you're gonna see how There's some other ones that are better off for kind of defending an area, and that's a little bit of a hint. Hint, hint. I'll see you guys in the next weapon. Okay, everybody. We are in with the Spark Rod, a preparation type. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this model, and I love how it works. So, you know, I do love this one. So, hold down left control. You can kind of see a 3D representation of it, just kind of like the motion bomb. Because it is a preparation rod type. So, if I place it at the end of my thing, press G. Okay. So, as you can see, nothing's happening right now. As you can see, right? If we get close, its hitbox appears. So it works on a near sensor. It works on near. It detects for any players nearby. And if I go inside of it, everything in here, it's going to attack. So that's how the Spark Rod in actuality works. You only get one of these for an amount. You only get one of these. So you do have to use these sparingly. Let me shoot it to break it. And let me kind of show you in what ways we can place this to get really interesting with how we can do this. So we could place this on any surface, everyone. We could place it on the floor, on incline, on the wall, upside down. So we could do some pretty crazy things with this. On the wall, like, and because this attacks through walls, this may be very OP because we could do something really, really aggravating like this. We could do this. Say if we know someone's coming over here, right? They're gonna pass through here. We could literally throw one right here. And when they're running, you don't see it. But if you run into it, now you're taking damage and you don't know where it is. I mean, you probably could just like, hey, there it is. Bam, you know? But still, it's a little bit of a sneaky, very, very sneaky preparation type weapon that kind of lies in wait for a long time. And just to let everyone know, they do have lifetimes. They do. I would like to hear your thoughts on that, however. Do you want these preparation types to have lifetimes, or do you want them to stay indefinitely until they're destroyed? I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on that, because I haven't completely decided yet. Everyone, we are back with an especially interesting tactical weapon, which is the gravity Dowser. Now, hold on. Let me check one thing really quickly, everyone. I just want to test something because I see something that's kind of weird. Okay, everyone. We're back. I had to fix something in the script because it wasn't giving me anything. So that was my fault. But enough of that. So what we can actually do with the gravity Dowser is very interesting. This is probably one of the more interesting ones for you guys, I think. So how the gravity Dowser works is very interesting. And I know I keep saying interesting a lot. I know. So if I look at the ground, right? I'm gonna press G. As you can see, we're in a field right now. And oh, okay, there we go. I guess it was a little lag spike. As you can see above us is the gravity Dowser. It's spinning, and it has a gem at the top of it. The gravity Dowser douses an entire area underneath it with a debuff. Right now, we're debuffed. We can't even jump. I'm pressing space. We cannot jump. We're moving super slow. We can't even sprint. So, this is the very first debuff in the entire game. The debuff it's giving us is slow. It's slowing us down, our player movement down dramatically. It's halving all of our movement. And if I get out of it, bam, now we can move. But if we get into it, now I'm really slow. Now, at the moment, we can, easily shoot it. Now we're free, But once they get all health and things like that, and they all get their own personal health, it's not going to be that easy. Not to mention, when you're that slow, and you can't even jump, and that you're at a huge disadvantage. You're at a huge disadvantage for that. So, I think the gravity Dowser is going to be very interesting. It's not going to be as attack focused, more than kind of slowing everything down. At the moment, it does not slow down vehicles, just to let everyone know. I think giving it the ability to slow down vehicles would actually be really interesting, because then you could kind of slow down fast vehicles and take them down, and that could be really interesting. That could be really, really interesting. So, I think the gravity Dowser very well may be a very good assist type of preparation item, as in not doing raw damage, but more making it easier to kill your target. And that's a brand new interesting method to attack people in Frontier. So I think that Gravity Dowser is going to be a whole lot fun. Reload in. So, one little thing I want to show you, can in fact place this on walls. Now, eventually, I'm going to get rid of this ability for the Dowser to do this. As you can see, you can kind of see how it's being placed. You guys can get a better look. And we're in the field right now, but if we're behind it, we won't kind of get affected by it. So you can see, this is how the model looks. It looks pretty good, I think. It's a little purple energy this time around. You can see like 3 little nozzles, as if kind of dousing the energy. You can see as if it's pulling the energy from the crystal to create this debuff aura. I think it looks pretty cool. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. We will do a tech demo at the end of this, so don't worry. Where I'll show you guys how everything looks with the graphics, because this looks amazing with the graphics on. And I'll go to the next weapon, everyone. Okay, guys, we are at sadly the final type, not the final tactical weapon, but the final type, which is the pod type. At the moment, that's in the game. So, and just let everyone know, there are other types. I do believe I read that to you guys already. I'll read it again, but I'll read it at the end. So the tactical weapon right now is a preparation type again, and it's a pod. Pods are placeable on any surface, the floor, the walls, the ceiling. I'm not gonna have it placeable on weapons though. Not weapons. It's not gonna be placeable on, what's it called? Vehicles. Not gonna be placeable on vehicles. Sorry, I forgot the word. So if I kind of look on the ground, and by the way, everyone, this being a preparation pod type, it is a preparation type, and just to let you guys a little bit insight on what a pod type is. A pod type is a concealed version kind of a rod in many ways. It is closer to the ground, so it's a bit harder to see. Not even just that, it also continuously attacks. So it's a lot like the rod, but these are a lot more direct in their attacks. And as you guys see in the next tactical weapon, it's gonna be a pain how they actually attack you, but you'll see. I'm gonna spawn this on the floor. A little bit of lag spike. And that's, you see, that's how it works. So if I get into it, it's gonna fire out a small moving shock blast pod. It's gonna keep firing it. Another one. And another one. So as you can see, it attacks in a disc-shaped shockwave. So it is very much exactly how it sounds. It is a shockwave, and it keeps firing out until you get away from it. See? Gone. And now it won't attack us anymore. So this is actually definitely very interesting, because we could put this on a floor at the corner, say here, and now it's constantly attacking, and you're getting hit by it, as you can see. So it's interesting. We can kind of take some sneaky shots like this. Very, very sneaky shots. So allow me to go to the next one, because this one's actually relatively simple. It just fires out a shockwave missile when you kind of get close. Definitely going to be really good, though, for taking down vehicles, I think. Slow-moving vehicles. So I'll see you guys in the final tactical weapon. Okay, everyone, we are on the final tactical arms weapon, sadly. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, but this is the final one. This is a preparation pod type, and its name is the Seeker Rocket Pod. And sorry if you heard that. My dog just yawned. That was kind of weird. But it is called the Seeker Rocket Pod. And if I place it down, as you can see, it is very brutal. It fires out faster moving rockets that track to your character. So if I run really quickly, run. I'm lagging a bit. And you saw it attacked me. Hold on. Again, it lags. It does these lag spikes only when you very first load stuff in again. But see, it's actually actively tracking to me. It tracks to the nearest player, so for servers, it's kind of already thought of ahead of time. it'll attract to the closest player. This does not attract to vehicles, only players, and it'll attract to other things too. But that's a little bit of a secret for now. Keep running, and it's gonna attack me. So as you guys can see, if I let me go to a third-person view, show you guys kind of how the explosion radius is, because it's kind of hard to show you. Let me hold down left control to look at this, place it there, and then as you can see, it's a very small explosion. It's not a giant explosion. It's made for a single target damage. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed all the tactical weapons. Let me show you guys how all the models look. So look, these are all the models. As you can see, I put quite a bit of detail into each of them. As you guys can see, the pulse bomb. There's a little bit of a core in the center, EMP-esque looking core. Motion bomb. This little pre-rendered placement look. The magneton charge, which looks amazing. I love this model. Let me know, guys, what your favorite model is. This is the molten grenade. Molten charge. Little intent on the side. All of that. The distortion grenade, as you can see. The blitz grenade. Again, this is upside down just to make sure it spawns in the game correctly. But in actuality, it's supposed to look like this. We have the spark rod. I love this model. And we have the Dowser, the gravity Dowser, which is this model here. And I think everything looks nice. I would really want to know what you guys think of the model. So allow me to kind of talk about the future stuff, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of a fun cut at the end, just to show you guys the graphics and like a bit of a tech demo and how everything looks in the game, because things look awesome in the game. Things look great. This is all I'm reading down in my binder, so I'm just gonna read down the list. More tactic weapons, space check, preparation tactic weapons. What that means is you can't place the weapons very close to each other. That's something that isn't in the game at the moment, and eventually it will be. So look out for that. I'll let you guys know when that's finally in. Make lower poly 3D representations. Fix first time spawn lag. Add health system to tactic weapons. Add damage system. Add sensor detection representation. Seen only by the team that are responsible for spawning / option switch. So pretty much what that is you can see the what's the best word for it? Pretty much the detection range. You can see the near sensor range. You can see the physical blender information. What's the best word to say? Pretty much you can just see where it's going to be tripped and when it isn't going to be tripped. You'll see like a dotted line around it. That's pretty much the best way I could describe that to you. Add the other types of tactic weapons. There's a lot of other tactic weapons. And actually, let me kind of tell you them right now, because I did want to tell you that, and I don't want to forget. So the tactic weapons right now are the grenade that I have one in that I've already thought of. Some of these are in, some of these aren't. So the types are grenade, charge, bomb, station, dowser, mine, rod, pod, and turret. Okay, so allow me to go back to the future advances again. Add 3D UI for health / reloading / etc. That's all for the preparation type kind of tactic weapons. Add reload mechanic. Add fancy decals / particle effects. And just to clarify the reload mechanic, for weapons like the pods that keep firing forever, they're going to have reloads. So they can't keep firing all the time. They have to have a period to reload and then fire again to make it a little bit more, just to balance things out a bit. Add place restrictions. Again, I've talked about that with the gravity dowser. I don't want that to be placed on a ceiling, so I'll eventually fix that. Add negative and positive debuffs for tactic weapons, and I only have one, which is the slowed effect. which you guys saw I couldn't jump when I was in the Dowser, couldn't run, couldn't sprint. I can only walk very slowly. So, I hope you guys enjoyed all those future advances, the ideas of what I have to be put in. There's other stuff too that I haven't thought of that are probably going to be put in. I'll let you guys know when those come up. And I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this update. I'm going to be doing kind of a little bit of a tech demo thing now, showing you guys the graphics and how everything looks, because things look amazing. Certain models look great in this game. But I'll see you guys in the next update. What you're going to see next is pretty much silent audio of me doing some tech, just show you guys off some tech demo graphics with the models. And if you guys enjoyed this and you want to support me, check out my social medias. You can follow them if you want to kind of follow this along with me. And one big thing to do note is that I have a IndieDB account at the moment. I just made one. It's for Spectrum Independent Development, which is my company. And pretty much all I have up there right now is about Hyperdrive. I don't have anything about Frontier up there, but I did want people to know that I have an IndieDB account, and I want you guys to check it out, and pretty much do know that I have one, and most likely downloads will be through that until I get my official website. So I'd like to let people know that. And again, if you really want to support me, just subscribe to my channel, leave comments, and tell me what you like about the game, what you don't like, and what you want to see. Again, this is pre-alpha stuff that you're looking at. No one is able to play this game yet. This has a lot of work to go, but I hope you guys all are ready for it and are anticipating it. I'll see you guys next episode, and don't forget to be a hero.